Good afternoon. My name is John Willey. I'm the Director of College Communications here at Louisiana College. And on behalf of Louisiana College, I want to welcome you out here this afternoon. Thank you for joining us for this press conference. We have our President, Dr. Aguilar, our Executive Vice President, Dr. Argel Smith, our Athletic Director, Darrell Payne, and our head football coach, Dennis Dunn, here today. They're going to be speaking to you. Afterwards, we're going to have a brief Q&A.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Louisiana College, a great day in the history of this great institution. And we reserve special occasions to call press conferences and make announcements, and this is a very, very special occasion. Today, Louisiana College, through me and Dr. Argel Smith, who will be becoming the interim president a little bit later, are announcing that in the vacating of the position of athletic director, Dr. Darrell Payne will be moving back to his law practice. And today, Louisiana College is naming Coach Dennis Dunn, who will retain and maintain his head football coaching responsibilities, as our new athletic director for Louisiana College. How about a round of applause? Coach Dunn is a legend, not only in football, but in the halls of heaven. He's known as a spiritual leader. He's pastor of a church. His ministry has been connected with leading hundreds of young people to Christ. When I think of Dennis Dunn, I don't think of a winning football coach first. I think of a man whose stature in the eyes of God is a giant, because he's fearless in proclaiming the gospel and what he stands for as a Christian man and a Christian leader. And there's no doubt among anyone on this campus about where he stands. And I thank you, Coach Dunn, for that fearless stand for Christ first. Secondly, he's proven himself as not only an academician who cares about academics, but teaches young people about character and challenges them to be the kind of husband and father and leader that we raise all of our young people to in the days and years that come after Louisiana College. I was privileged to be able to hire Coach Dunn as one of my very first hires, and he reminded me this morning, December 19th, 2005. And I didn't hire him. The Lord hired him. There was no doubt that he was the man to come to Louisiana College. He's built, he's a builder, he's a problem solver. He's not going to bring you a problem that he doesn't have a solution for. And he will be a great leader and love Louisiana College. His great-great-grandfather was a founder here, Mr. Beal of Louisiana College. And Coach Payne, Dr. Payne, I want to publicly thank you for your leadership, for how you've brought Christ into that position, and how you have led us with and made us proud and brought class to the office of athletic director. And we're going to miss you, but once a Wildcat, always a Wildcat. You're always one of us. Dr. Smith?
When I took on the responsibility of interim president beginning June 1st, I began to think about what the future would look like for us. My role is to help the school to get ready for the arrival of the new president. And one of the facets of that responsibility has to do with our athletic program. And I've always appreciated Dr. Payne and the work that he's done. And when I heard that he was moving on and the Lord seemed to be raising up Coach Dennis Dunn to step in and take on that responsibility, I was delighted. And Coach Dunn, I look forward to working with you in the time that God gives us together as we work together to get the school ready for the arrival of a new president. And in the meantime, you continuing to lead that fine athletic program. I'm delighted to be able to work with you, sir.
Good afternoon. After much deliberation and prayer, it is with much regret that I announce my resignation as the Associate Vice President of Auxiliary Services and Athletic Director here at Louisiana College, effective July the 31st, 2014. It has been a blessing, an honor, and privilege to serve Louisiana College for the last 3 years. I believe we have accomplished great things. I owe a great deal of my success during my tenure to the administration, faculty, the coaching staff, and the student athletes here at Louisiana College. I have decided to leave Louisiana College because it has been very difficult traveling back and forth to Ohio, handling matters concerning real estate property, commercial property, and my law practice, which many of my colleagues back home have tried to sustain pending the sale of my real estate, but unfortunately since 2011 I've been carrying several mortgages, and so now is a good time, if any, to go back to Ohio. I now understand that being an AD is a 24-hour job, and that for these reasons it is in my best interest at Louisiana College to make this decision to step down and allow someone else to take over the reign as athletic director. Dr. Aguilar and the entire administrative council team has been very supportive of me going back and forth to Ohio. However, traveling for the past 3 years has become quite expensive endeavor. The expense of traveling compelled me to make a career decision, and going back to Ohio, where I've practiced law for 23 years, appears to be my best choice at this point in time. Let me also quickly dispel any rumors or that my letter of resignation today has anything to do with Dr. Aguilar or his reasons for resigning. In fact, I had spoken with Dr. Aguilar back in September of 2013 when I had contemplated leaving and going back to Ohio at that time. And Dr. Aguilar had asked me to stay on and give it more time and pray about my decision. He was more concerned about whether or not I was going to be doing the right thing for me, and so he asked me to stay on and think about it and give it more thought. Dr. Aguilar has been a true Christian brother, a friend to me from the first day I took the seat as athletic director. And our friendship extends well beyond a working relationship. So, Dr. Joe, thank you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for your patience that you showed me. Thank you for all the support that you gave me and your commitment to seeing that I was going to be successful in my endeavors here as an athletic director. For me, it's really now is a perfect time to step down. It was important that the SACS accreditation be behind us. It was important that our athletic teams were moving in the right direction. It was important to me that our student athletes were graduating from Louisiana College and not just playing on the fields. And so I think we have reached a point that Coach Dunn can now step in and take over with a good deal of steam as to where the athletic department, the future of the athletic department, the direction that it's going in. Most importantly though, I cannot think of a better human being to assume the role of athletic director than head coach Dennis Dunn. I shall miss Louisiana College and the wonderful friendships I have forged here while sojourning in Alexandria. I will miss strolling up and down the sidelines, watching these young gifted athletes perform with their gifted talents that they possess. I would ask that you pray for me as I continue to seek God's will in my life. I would also ask this community to rally around the next AD, Coach Dennis Dunn, to make the athletic department at Louisiana College help it at least get to the next level. Louisiana College has a rich heritage here in Central Louisiana. In the coming years, success of this athletic program will happen when the community embraces Louisiana College much like it does LSU. What I would surmise from my tenure here at Louisiana College is that this community needs Louisiana College, and Louisiana College needs this community. I hope this community refuses to give up on this historical college and continues to support the athletic department in its climb to serendipitous heights in years to come. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Hope you're all doing well. First of all, I'd like to thank Dr. Aguilar for 9 years ago giving me the opportunity to be a college football coach. That was a lifelong dream. Secondly, I appreciate Dr. Smith for believing in an LC guy to take on the challenge of the future of LC athletics. I'm an LC guy. 9 years ago when I came here, I didn't take this job as an opportunity for a stepping stone situation. I came here for the opportunity to build on the legacy that was left by my family. My great-great-grandfather, as Dr. Aguilar mentioned, was on the original board of trustees, and he helped secure the land that the college sits on today. And his son-in-law, Simon Tudor, my great-great-uncle, was the first coach and first AD here. And here's what I know about them through the history of being told by my grandma and great-grandma. These two men were foundation stones of this college. I believe the founders loved athletics and believed it needed to be the front porch of the college. I carry their torch. Athletics needs to be the front porch when it's done like our coaches have done it over the years. These men and women have done it right. I've watched them. I believe academics, athletics, and the arts can work hand in hand and can achieve excellence without having to prefer one over the other. We can do all we do with a spirit of excellence. I personally believe in the entire student-athlete process. Our coaches have graduated their players. We will continue to graduate our student-athletes because that's why they're here. They're here to receive a preeminent academic education. But I can tell you, we're not going to shy away from saying we want to be the front porch of this college. We want to be the first thing people see. And we're not ashamed of that. We want young men and young women to want to come here to be a part of the athletic teams here and achieve their athletic dreams here because we know what kind of education they're going to get when they come here. That's why we want to be the front porch. We understand that with that comes incredible responsibility. Now, I'm not naive. We got a lot of work to do. I know the lay of the land here. I've been here 9 years. I know it pretty intimately. We will work hard to build relationships with people that we don't have yet. But we'll also work to restore relationships that we once had. I believe this entire operation is about people. And my desire is to take care of the people we have and work hard to attract quality people in the future. My job will be to see that we become competitive nationally in how we meet the needs of our coaches, financially as it relates to salaries. Championship programs are built with people, and that will be priority. Young lives are touched and transformed by people. And when you do right by people, the brick and mortar will take care of itself. We obviously have many needs as it relates to facilities. I will meet with all of our coaches, and we will come up with a priority list and take care of facilities with a laser-like approach, addressing them one at a time. I'm excited about our future because I know our young men and young women. I get to look into their faces every day. And I'm excited about our future because I'm excited about them. And when we get our focus on them, I truly believe the best is yet to come for Louisiana College. Now, in closing, Bruce Deaton, who came on a few months ago, I don't know if we ever publicly announced it. He's been in the athletic office. He will continue as an active administrator, as associate athletic director in the office of the athletic department. I appreciate Bruce and all that he brings to the athletic department. I appreciate what he's done and what he'll continue to do as we move forward. Our first order of business will be to hire the best possible women's basketball coach that's available. We've got to do that ASAP, and we'll begin that this afternoon, that process. And I appreciate this transition time. I appreciate Dr. Smith understanding that he would like for me to be a part of that process, because I'm going to be obviously working with whoever that is. And then we'll move from there and other things that we need to address. So, with that said, question.
How do you start that process? What's your timetable? When do you want to have somebody hired?
We would like to have somebody in place by a week from today. We've got a lot of solid candidates. We will begin phone interviews this week and hopefully bring some top candidates to campus on Monday and have a decision on Tuesday. Well, I know this, Gene Rushing and whoever we hire as a women's basketball coach needs a gym floor and they need new bleachers. Ever been to a football game on our campus in the last several years? We need restrooms.
Fundraising is a priority. What's some of your ideas about how to raise money?
Again, it goes back to some of the statements I made earlier. I think it's all about people and all about relationships and building relationships with people, again, that we haven't approached yet, but also doing our best to restore relationships that we've had in the past. And you know, this isn't a one-man job. This takes all of us working together to be able to do that.
No, recently the ASC, your conference has been losing a few teams here and there. What's your kind of direction? You kind of stuck with wanting to stay with the ASC or wanting to make a move?
Well, now, you know, recently two teams have come back, or two schools have come back into the conference, Belhaven and McMurray, so that gets us back to a similar place that we were. I mean, we were concerned that we were losing teams and travel issues that were coming up with that, but it looks like the conference is going to stay intact, and with the addition of these two teams and two schools back into the conference, I think helps tremendously.
You feel your new role may possibly interfere a little bit with head football coach, or you think it would be a good thing?
I've worn a lot of hats in 30 years, and what I know is we got good people. And what I'm going to do is rely on the greatest resource we have, and that's our people that we already have in place to do this job. I'm not going to pretend to be the person who has all the answers, but I know that there are people right here on this campus that have answers that I don't have, and I'm not going to be afraid to approach them and find out what we need to do to get better and become competitive nationally.
Do you see LC as a long-term Division III college, or would you like to explore moving to Division II?
Well, I think that's going to be determined a lot by the vision of the Board of Trustees and the convention and obviously the administration as it develops over the next year, what they see is a vision. You know, we got our hands full right now. When you talk about Division III, when I first got here, I knew nothing about Division III, but I can tell you I have been highly over the last 9 years. I've been highly impressed with the coaching, the athleticism, and the competition of Division III. So we've got our hands full right where we are. You know, I think that there are some Division III programs right here in our conference that make some Division I programs pale in comparison. So as it relates to competition, we've got all we want and then some. So we're excited about that. We're excited about, we know who the target people are as it relates to the other sports, who the measuring sticks are, and that's what we'll aim to shoot at and try to compete with and do our best to compete with them both in the conference and nationally. Because when you think about our conference, we got teams that not only are great in the ASC, but they are great nationally and in every sport. So you don't have to travel outside the American Southwest Conference to find the best competition in America. Anything else?
I have a question. Will, as athletic director and head football coach, will you continue to use those plays I run for the crunch time involved?
He always said, why don't you run that play that scores touchdowns more often? And we wish it was that simple, don't we? Anything else? Thank you so much, and I look forward to working with each one of you. We appreciate the media. We appreciate what you guys bring to the table. We need you. We need you. We need you on this team. And I want you to know I'm accessible and will always be accessible. You may not like what I have to say, but I'm going to always have an ear for what you need to help you do your jobs better. And I want you to know that from me, okay?